Why don't you go ahead?
It's the lady at 46 South Rose. 46 South Rose.
Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it. And I'm going to start with this past Tuesday City Council meeting. So Tuesday the 26th of April. This was one of the best City Council meetings I've seen in a long time. And the reason for that is a large group of people showed up for the public speaking part in the beginning, where any member of the public is given, if you sign up, you're given 3 minutes to get up to the podium and speak. A lot of people, including immediate family of Miguel Estrella, who was shot and killed during that incident with the Pittsfield Police Department in Pittsfield. And look, all I'm hearing on that, and I agree 100%, is body cams. We need body cameras. I haven't spoke to any officers about this. Well, I've spoke to a couple. I haven't heard any opposition yet, and I know there are opposing views. I'm not sure what they would be. And, you know, a lot of people spoke on this matter. And look, I agree with what everyone said. This is not a cure-all. No one is saying we get body cameras and everything's fixed. But to have that tool it's pretty plain and simple. To have that, like, what good is a police advisory or police advisory review board without body camera footage or dash cam footage if they have nothing to look at? So they're just reading reports that are written. I mean, it's just another tool in the toolbox that I think we have to have. In today's world, we have to have it. Everyone walks around with cameras. When something happens in Pittsfield, it's on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram within minutes sometimes. Video footage. So cameras are everywhere. It's an expense to the city, but a necessary one. You know, you look at what we spend our money on. I can't believe that we're even discussing this, that it's not something that's happening. So body cameras, I think, has to happen. I think that's something that has to come out of this. Of course, it's not a cure-all. We need to look at better mental health counseling. We need to look at from a legislative point of view, I think, which is not something, that's something that's done on a state and federal level. When you go to vote, we need to look at policing and as a whole in this country. The world is changing, but that starts from a legislative point of view. When we're talking in Pittsfield with our police department, body cameras, and I said this, and I'm glad a lot of people are, it sucks that it took a horrible tragedy for people to start speaking up, but where is the mayor? Where are our city politicians? Nobody has heard a word, a peep, nothing. No one's talking. It is crazy because when Linda Tyre was the city clerk running for office, oh man, she had a podium built and running around every opportunity she could get to blame the current mayor because she was running an election. When they found a student with a gun at one of the elementary schools, oh man, she was out there right in front, and she personally blamed the mayor for that. So, you know, these politicians that make all these glorious, wonderful promises when they're running for office, and then they get mad when people want to call them out on those promises. But where are these people? Where is the mayor? Where is all the city politicians? I don't know. But there was a lot of people that spoke passionately, and all I heard was people saying, we need a better relationship with the police department. I heard positive. I heard positive for the most part from everyone, and a lot of hurt and pain. But how do we prevent this from happening in the future? And that's where the city leaders, where is Mayor Tyre? It's if it's not a pre-written speech to tell you about, vibrancy and dynamic, this and that, we don't hear from her. It's unbelievable. But, I hope people do remember this when the next elections come up. Remember your city council. Remember everything. I hope people do remember that. And ask yourself, what is it that you want? What is it that you expect? If you were to ask certain city councilors what they feel their role is, Pete White, I know one of the things he has said repeatedly, so I feel confident in saying that this must be his point of view, because I've heard him say it multiple times, that city councilors, they're elected to make tough decisions. And where I disagree with him 100% on that is, no, they're elected to make smart decisions on behalf of the public. Voting to raise taxes is not a tough decision. That's an easy decision. Getting together and trying to come up with a better way, a better solution, and really putting your nose to the grind and going to work, that's a tough decision. So I think some people are lost on what the role of city councilor is. But bottom line is, I was glad to see the amount of people that were there and that spoke up. Another person, I'm going to point this one out by name. I hope he doesn't mind. I don't know the gentleman. I've seen his name on my page, Dan Mariglia. He was talking about a petition that he had co-sponsored with at-large councilor Karen Kalinowski, wanting Dan Casey, the causeway, closed due to flood. It's becoming ridiculously dangerous. And he made a very good point talking about Springside Park, Wacona Park, the causeway, all these places that are deteriorating and falling apart. And it was due to lack of proper maintenance and taking care of our city-owned facilities and property. I agree with that. None of that had to happen. Bad maintenance. And over an extended period of time, no maintenance. Over the past, this administration's been there, 5 years now? So 6 years, I don't know how, it's been an eternity. So I was glad to see that. What I didn't like, and I think something happened, is when the regular council meeting started, the council chambers emptied out. But something happened. There was a quick, brief recess, and then when it came back, there was nobody there. And that's important. Even if you show up to speak, it's important to sit through that council meeting. You don't show up at, if there's a local rock festival or bands or artists playing, you don't just show up to support your friend or somebody, or just stay for your band. You stay and support the whole show. Well, if you stay and support and follow that whole council meeting, the important part of that is that's where they're talking about all the money that's being spent and thrown around. Millions of dollars. So it is important. But I was so happy to see so many good people in the community speaking up and being smart about it. I didn't see any kind of anger or people being out of line. I saw level-headed people in a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, some of them, wanting better out of this and willing to let's go to work and where are our leaders. So we got to stay on top of this. Keep going to those meetings. I know for me, when my father passed away a couple months ago, 2 months ago, everything for me, my schedule, still haven't caught up with it, and I'm dealing with my father's belongings, and it's a lot. So I didn't know that was going to affect me the way it did and set me back like it did, but I try to keep in touch with everybody. There's so many things going on. So anyway, I'm going to move forward. We're going to get back on following through with this. I've got interviews coming up with some city councilors coming on. I'm going to reach out to any city councilor that wants to come on. There's just too much to discuss. There was another shooting. We all saw that, and the person was trying to drive themselves to the hospital, and they crashed their car. The crime is out of control. Everything seems not so good. And don't get me started on the roads. Why Tamarack Road isn't closed. I watched that claim. 2 more vehicles yesterday, and half of these roads that I want to go film, my vehicle can't take it anymore. I just replaced the front end. I can't do it again. I can't believe how bad our roads are. I've never seen them this bad. ever. We're not talking potholes here. We're talking roads that are what happened. Again, years of neglect. There's no way that should have happened. Who's cleaning out our drainage, our catch basins? Are we staying on top of proper maintenance? I don't know. All right, so there's a lot to talk about. I'll be back tomorrow, but if you have not seen that city council meeting, go check it out. Pittsfield Community Television on their website, channel 1303, the link for that, city link, and you'll see it on there. Put city council meeting April 26th. You can watch it. It's worth the watch. Or they play them in a loop sometimes on PCTV or channel 1303 on Spectrum Cable. All right, that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow. There's a ton to talk about with all these other issues. So everyone, stay safe, take care of yourself, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.